This is an octopus. Online, it's the planet's favorite alien. 9 brains, 3 hearts, blue blood. It opens jars from inside and walks out of locked tanks. All true. And all of it misses the strangest thing about it. This is the smartest invertebrate on Earth, and it spends its whole short life completely alone. By the end, you'll see how. Let's start with where it came from. About 600 million years ago, you and the octopus were the same animal. A flat little worm with eye spots and barely a brain. Then the family split, and big, complex minds evolved twice over. Once down our branch, once down the octopus's, nowhere else. So it really is the closest thing to an alien, sitting in a tank at the mall. So what's it actually like in there? For a start, there's no single boss. The octopus has about 500 million neurons, and 2/3 of them aren't in its head, they're in its arms. 9 brains is the meme. It has 1 brain and 8 arms that each think for themselves. Every sucker tastes whatever it touches. An arm can slip into a hole, taste around, and decide on its own. 1 arm reads the room, the other 7 act on their own. Here's the part that's properly alien. You and I are stuck with the genes we're born with. The octopus isn't. It rewrites its own RNA on the fly, fixing its own instructions before they're even read. When the water turns cold, it edits faster, just to keep the brain working. It does this so much it may have slowed its own evolution, only to stay this flexible. And the rest of it runs on 3 hearts. The big one, the one that feeds the body, quits the moment it swims. The smartest animal in the sea gets winded swimming and mostly walks instead. It also matches the color of whatever's around it while being completely colorblind. You can't copy a color you can't see, but it does, in a heartbeat, blind. And every trick it has, it pulls off with nobody beside it and nobody to show. And all that brilliance buys it nothing. The octopus spends every bit of it alone. New Zealand, 2016. An aquarium leaves a tank lid open by a crack. An octopus named Inky climbs out in the dark, finds a drainpipe as wide as his eye, and slips 50 meters down it to the sea. Nobody taught him that. Nobody teaches an octopus anything. Here's the bit the cute clips skip. An octopus lives about a year, maybe 2, and it mates exactly once. Soon after, the male dies. The female finds a den, lays her eggs, and stops eating. She guards them in the dark, without a break, until they hatch. Then she dies, usually before they can even swim. Off California, scientists once watched a mother guard her eggs for 53 months. 4.5 years in the cold, no food, never leaving. A baby born the day she started would be walking and talking before she was gone. Every octopus is born an orphan, and dies a parent it will never meet. And it gets stranger. None of this is bad luck. After she mates, a gland behind her eyes flips a switch. She stops eating and starts to waste away. It's a self-destruct built right in. We know it's a switch because in 1977, a scientist named Jerome Wodinsky removed that gland from a brooding mother. And she got up. She started eating again. She lived. There's an off switch for the saddest death in nature. Evolution found it, looked at it, and left it on. So why leave it on? Because if she lived, she'd eat them. A giant, starving mother is the last thing her own brood needs, so she's built to leave. Which means no octopus ever meets its mother or teaches its young a thing. 2 minds evolved on this planet, and only 1 learned to hand things down. Everything you know, somebody handed you. Your language, your name, even the fact that fire is hot. You worked out almost none of it alone. The octopus gets none of that. It's a genius born into an empty house, and it takes everything it learns to the grave. The arms get the headlines, but the real alien part stays hidden. Down here lives a second kind of mind, as bright as ours, and it spends its whole life without ever meeting another like it. 1 brilliant year, then it switches off so the next one starts clean. We got libraries, it got 1 year. So next time one watches you through the glass, remember, it worked out you, the tank, and the lid completely on its own, and it's the only one of its kind that ever will. If you like the octopus, the mantis shrimp is even stranger. It throws the fastest punch on the planet. I'll leave it on the screen. Subscribe, and I'll see you there.